The title's not wrong. I did actually watch a Minecraft movie. I watched it a couple of days ago, actually. And obviously, by my attire, you can glean that I was in this theater for the memes. I actually went with quite a handful of my coworkers, along with some friends. There's a Venn diagram that can include both of those. And I will say that the movie was much better than I was expecting. I had very, very low expectations for this movie. The trailers showed it to be extremely mediocre, and I will say that it was just mediocre, not extremely. Um, it was able to take the CGI that it showed in the trailers and actually make it look pretty cool. There's a aerial chase where they bring out the elytras and the piglins are on the little gassed blimps and they're chasing them. Things are blowing up. They're going wee, and it was cool actually. Um, I will say that there were some things with the CGI where it still didn't look good. Namely, the villagers I didn't think worked at all, but some things like the iron golems I thought were pretty sick. Um, the piglins I thought looked pretty good. There's an Enderman in here. He's cool. The Speaking of the Enderman, it's a very cool scene. Doesn't really make sense with the games, but with when you're making a movie, um, it makes sense because it makes the person hallucinate or whatever. And then the character goes and fights him. Easiest Enderman fight I've ever seen. Every time I fight those things, they're appearing behind me and stuff like that. But this guy, he just wails his axe in front of him because the Enderman keeps appearing in front of him every time. And he's able to kill him. But like, it still looks very strange to have live action characters in the world of Minecraft, and every time you see, you just go, oh, they're not really here. The immersion's gone. But you're also not really going to this movie for immersion. You're going into this movie for the memes. And every time that Steve talks, it's very funny. But you're not laughing with the movie, you're laughing at the movie most of the time. There are some jokes in here that are pretty good, but most of the time you're laughing at it, not with it. Um, to be expected. Writing's not great, characters aren't great, but it came across more like a kids movie that if I would have watched when I was younger, I would have loved it. And it was also mainly because of the memes, a lot of fun to watch, especially with a group. It's not really a movie that you go to see for the quality of the movie, but to have seen it more so. Um, like a cinephile film, but for nerds on the internet that laugh at stonks and stuff. Like when I went there, I wasn't the only one dressed like this. There was about a dozen of us or so that were dressed in Steve attire. We took a picture. It was fun, cool. That picture's on my Instagram. I don't know if that'll link that in this video. That seems like a lot of work for me, seeing as how much effort I'm putting into this video. But like over the course of the movie, I wasn't bored. Like I'm able to forgive almost anything in a movie, like bad visual effects, bad acting, bad story, like but as long as I'm not bored by it, I will enjoy the movie. And that's what I'll say this movie is more so. It's enjoyable. It's just not good. It never really stops doing stuff, I guess. The beginnings get a bit slow after the prologue because they have Steve the narration go over, the as a child I was yearned for the mines and then he runs away from the old geezer, and then he comes back after he's an accountant and he's bored and he wants to be done with that life and move on. So he goes back to the mines. The geezer's still alive somehow, standing in the same place. He probably hasn't moved. Um, and you have like Jack Black narrating over that, and then we're in Minecraft, and not only are we in Minecraft, we're in Minecraft for like 15 seconds. He's already built like a carousel in a theme park, and now he's in the Nether, as the memes have gone. And then we meet the main villain, bada bing, bada boom. And then we actually like get into the crux of the movie, introduce like the other characters. They fight, and it's like, oh man, life sucks. And then they go into Minecraft, and then it's like, man, this is cool, but also it still sucks. Um, and when they're actually in the world of Minecraft, it does feel more like it's made by fans of Minecraft. Like, I never really thought it was going to come across that way because of the way that the movie looked. Like, as a fan of Minecraft, how would I want to adapt Minecraft into a movie? I would have made it look more like Minecraft Story Mode or even Villager News on YouTube. Since that's how the movie looked, I didn't expect the movie to still feel like it was made fans for fans. Like, we've proven time and time again that's how you make a good adaptation. That's why the Sonic movies were really good. That's why the Halo show was dog dooey, and like this movie is made by fans, so it's able to be enjoyed by fans. It's not good still, but at least like they had some of the right ingredients. Like just some things were probably lost in translation. I kind of put this movie in a similar box as I do the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, which the sequel's coming out later this year. I'll probably review that as well. Where like I like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. That movie is also not good. But FNAF has been such a big part of my childhood. You know, watching the Markipliers, the Jacksepticeyes, watching them play it, and most notably Game Theory going over it. Having just being able to see Five Nights at Freddy's adapted into a movie, like it just needed to be FNAF, and I would have liked it. It's okay, objectively, probably less than okay, but it was FNAF. It was Freddy Fazbear killing people, and that's all I really needed. And for the Minecraft movie, it's kind of like that, but not necessarily because it's Minecraft, necessarily because it's the Minecraft movie, the memes. You're like, I can't believe this movie exists because we've been making fun of it to where it seemed more like the whole movie was a joke. And when you make a joke, you go like, oh yeah, but that person doesn't actually mean that or whatever. But the Warner Brothers, I think, was the one who made it. Like, Warner Brothers did actually mean this joke. So, like, I don't know if that makes any sense. Sorry, I guess. But like overall, it's it's enjoyable. It's fine. Um, Not the worst movie. I thought it was gonna be terrible. I definitely highly suggest watching this with friends. I had a blast watching this with friends. We went to McDonald's earlier and we got the Minecraft meal box. I got this thing. It's kind of cool. A lot of people got the duck. No one liked the duck. I was the only one that got this though. And then my friend went. And then another friend went to see it later, like on another day, and he also got that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, overall, I'd say it's like a 2.5, make 2.5 stars out of 5, letterbox style. But in a weird way, I feel like I might look back at this movie more fondly and it might just be because of the experience that I had with it. We like at work, we have been making jokes about this movie all the time, references Flint and Steel, which is a line in that movie, as well as "I'm really sorry, man, but I'm gonna have to unalive you." Simultaneously, the best and worst line I've ever heard. Period. Um, and so, like, my review for this movie might go up mainly because it takes me back to this memory that I have, and also I just can't believe that this movie actually exists. I hate to say it, but when Minecraft 2 comes out, I'm also going to see that in theaters. I'm already planning on it. I've already spent money on the ticket that doesn't exist. I went to the black market to look for it. But yeah, overall, it's fine. But I do highly suggest watching it simultaneously despite my low review. That's it. Bye bye.